Hi, this is Anete. This is for my friends in Africa about the Decree 11075 2022 that created the Brazilian regulated carbon market. I'm sending you a note here. You'll be receiving it. They are not my notes. I will be only commenting in between them. I think it's a good analysis of the decree, and I will give you some further points of view from my own side. All right. So here you have an illustration of the decree, which is really good to make the first points that I want to make here. You will see that the decree put it into the same regulation, the sectoral plans, the Brazilian NDCs, and the central registration system. That would be my first advice to your country. Do not do that. I mean, sectoral plans and NDCs, they are a separated subject. If we want to regulate the market, we don't want this subject interfering with that. Yeah, we don't want the hands of the government within the market. We just wanted to regulate it and oversee it. All right. So yes, it does have the central registration system, a digital platform. That is a must. Your country must have it. We need the registry, and that's why we've been talking about the platform here. The legislation in Brazil foreseeing it will be recognizing systems as the PNB's SAA that we've been talking. We have trying to get strict and straight communication with the governmental bodies that are regulating it, so it will happen. We will adapt, whatever. What we see here in the decree also, and we know from the UNFCCC guidelines, is that the system is part of the means of implementation. So the recommendation comes in order to have, yes, an adaptation plan, a mitigation plan, separated things, and then a mean of implementation. The mean of implementation, it should have a financial mechanism, a technology facility, a technological facility, and a capacity building program. So what we have here is the central part of it, the technology. The technology information system. The technology is here, and of course it will be integrated with the UNFCCC, and will allow the registry of the national greenhouse gas inventory. It should do that. So that's the registry. It's one part of the means of implementation. It should be independent from the other ones, which are the ones that do the trade and the one that does the capacity building, because we have methodologies within it. So what we see here in this Brazilian decree is that the things get mixed up. So I would recommend that you do have as fast as possible a central registration, a digital platform. That is a must for the market. The other parts, they should come in separated regulation. They shouldn't be here. And we should have within the decree the other means of implementation. Who is gonna do the financial? Here, it seems like the government will be doing that. No, please, don't do that. Take the heavy hands of the government away from the market. We don't need it. Yeah? Let the private sector do the investments, manage it. That's what we should do in order to avoid corruption. If you put power within the hands of public agents in the developing countries, as a rule, we will have corruption. So I'm not saying that it will happen, but it is the rule. So we should avoid it. We don't need to do it. We don't need to test it if it will happen. We can avoid it. So the hands of the government should stay away from the money. It should have the registry. That's what it needs to do. And also, the capacity building should be done in partnership. There are specific bodies in the UNFCCC and within the global stock take that it's taking care of that. The government just have to talk with them. So those will be my initial thoughts. The central concept of the Brazilian decree is that it is regulating a national policy. So the policy foreseeing the creation of the market, and it's it's what it's being done now. It includes the economic sectors that I mentioned. That should be something that you shouldn't do. Do not put any sector here. That should be a separate. The adaptation and mitigation plan should be something separated from the market. Of course, it integrates the market. It is a governmental initiative, but the market is broader than that. Well, here you have the sectors that are participating, and of course you see that the CDRs and CDUs are lacking here. They should be coming further on. This needs an update, and it needs more instruments. Like I told you, the ones that I sent you, the instruments that I sent you about the law proposal that were in Brazil, it still is in the National Congress. It has a lot of instruments that are still to come. This decree here, it doesn't have any instrument, just create the registry. All the instruments will be coming in further decrees, so you should keep the ones that I sent you. They will probably be regulated over the year or over the next period here in Brazil as well. You just have it in different instruments. Again, this decree here has sectors, has indices. They shouldn't be here. They should be separated. It doesn't have the instruments. The instruments should be here. The only instrument is the registry system, and through the registry system, the government is trying to hold control of it. It's not a good thing. Again, we should decentralize it. This should go to municipal, to city levels. The decisions should be local and then integrated into the system, and not the other way around. It creates a bad environment. The credit unit created by Brazil is the CCER, so same as the CER, but with another C. And again, the system is the main thing. It states that it will also allow for the registration of carbon footprints, native vegetation carbon, whatever it is, soil, blue carbon units. It has some provisions here that it doesn't make a lot of sense. But anyways, it opens for the registration of them as well. The detailed regulation on that, it is still to come. It will say how we are going to do the registry, so the regulations on the registry, the certification, the standard, and of course that should be many standards. We know that we need standards for a lot of different MRVs. The accreditation of certifiers and custody centers, so how it will be decentralized somehow. It looks like a central system that will have offices, but somehow we could go to decentralization with that. How it's going to be implemented, managed, and operationalized. How the public will have access to data, and how it will be compatible with other systems. It's exactly what the platform does, and we still have the fund. We still have the research and development mechanism. We still have capacity building over there. So yeah, there is more that the platform does, and with it is aligned with that and has more functions. So the decree, of course, brings up to light the Brazilian carbon market. It creates a digital platform for transparency, avoid double counting, which is necessary. It starts looking into anthropogenic use of land as a solution to climate, but it is still holding to the former national mitigation plans, and this needs to be adapted to the new reality. Anthropogenic use of land is the solution to climate change, and we need goods, carbon-based goods to the market. So it's clear that this is a preliminary regulation of somehow all the instruments should be coming for later on. Anyway, it's a material to share with you guys. I hope you enjoy it and it's somehow useful.